Hi, my name is Anjali and welcome to Fem Stories. As you all know, Fem Stories is a platform where we host, all women founders, women entrepreneurs, female leaders. Not all of them are entrepreneurs, but then they have accomplished something and they have inspired in that accomplishment is what I meant when I call them female leaders. And the idea is to host them in the Fem Story and create their Fem Story that inspires and that paves the way for the budding entrepreneurs, for the women entrepreneurs out there. And also the mission of the Fem Stories, right? We want to create the voice in terms of how can we create those impact, creating the storytelling, creating the impactful stories, and also creating the impactful conversations in the process is one of the missions of Fem Stories. So today we have two founders. The other founder is another trailblazer. She's taken some really good decisions, in terms of I would not call them a bold decision because we are in 2025. So I would like to call them a decision for herself not to have kids, a decision for herself to have her husband join her as a co-founder, and then figuring it out and then finding that, he had a cancer, and then fighting another battle while she's creating a product called Nitara. So I have Tara Malhotra in the studios today to talk about that with us. And also, I'm so thrilled to create that fem story because I think we are hearing these stories these days where girls are taking decisions to have, marrying late and still be happy, to have a partner of their choice, to have kids or no kids, and be able to live with that choice happily. And the support system is there, their families, their in-laws, their husbands, their partners, they're all supporting them as well. And that's 2025, and that's the Fem Story platform. I really wanted to touch base and create your Fem Story. um, about the Fem Story and about myself. So you're one of them. We're creating your Fem Story. I'm so thrilled to have spent the next 30 minutes with you and to create some really good moments out of you. So over to you. I would love to understand, where did you start and how did Nitara come into picture, and then, how did you manage the entire picture?
First of all, thank you so much, Anjali, for having me here.
Sure.
It's a beautiful sunny day, and I'm really looking forward to our chat. It's amazing what you're doing.
Thank you.
It's amazing to learn from different women entrepreneurs and
Yes.
understand their journey and just keep paving the path for a better future.
What is the maximum revenue driver so far?
I think what started with a traditional line. It did extremely well. Right now, our camphor, we're really known very well for our camphor, and
Okay.
we've just about introduced this modern line of innovations that are doing immensely well. So they
Wow.
have taken over the traditional line, and it's exciting. So what I
Nice.
do is I create different modern twists to
Hmm.
every product. So
Nice.
we've created a modern take on camphor
Yeah.
at Nitara, and that's what we are trying to do at Nitara.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
So starting Nitara was as much as a professional, as much as a personal journey for me.
Yes.
I was working
Yes.
before.
Yes.
I worked for 15 years in
Yes.
the corporate industry.
Yes.
But somewhere I'd have to say that I've always manifested starting my own thing.
Yes.
I think secretly I was manifesting this since I was in school. That I
Already.
want to start my own
Your own
business.
business.
And finally I did.
Your
And
manifestation worked.
yeah, so it took a lot to quit a 15-year career.
I know.
But I
And
did it.
it's a brave decision. Not everybody can just quit the job and do something which is still in the works.
Yeah.
Usually people do both
Yeah.
until the second one kicks off really well, and then you are comfortable leaving the first option.
Yeah.
And usually it's good to hear that, but it usually doesn't happen like
Yeah.
that. Either you give your soul and, your soul and tithe and blood into one thing, even then things take time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it is difficult to manage the two and say, oh, we are doing the two things and we'll just leave one and we'll do second. But it doesn't happen that
It
way.
doesn't.
Yeah, you really have to give your 100%, like 5,000% to actually see
Definitely.
there's a sprouts coming out. And then
Definitely. And I tried it. I had one leg in one thing and the other in the other. And I had no time for myself,
Yes.
So
So
that's
you're
what I had to take a, final decision
Call.
that I need to do this. I need to do this
you
for
need to find your
myself.
calling, and also it's more like it's unfair to yourself
Yeah.
because, like I said, I was working with talking to Ruchita Tandon, and the last topic she said was self-love,
Yeah.
me time. I think it's very important
It is.
for all of our women, not just the women, but for every human being to
Yeah.
find that center
Yeah.
and to see what you're doing and
Really.
to see where you're going as well. So
I
if you are
agree.
too busy creating things, you're not doing justice to either.
Yeah.
So there is a breaking point that comes in, and I'm sure you must have faced that well. So I would love to understand and hear from you in terms of how was it born? How was Nitara born?
So Anjali, it was born out of my passion for clean living.
Okay.
You know, it's all about the concept of in me, on me, around me.
Nice.
And usually I'd ask you a question.
In me,
in
on
me, on me, and around
me.
me. Yeah.
Explain that.
So first, before that, I'd like to ask you a question.
Yes.
Saying, अगर हम खाने में सेहत देख सकते हैं, तो खुशबू में क्यों नहीं?
Very
Right?
good. Yes.
So with the whole in me concept, millets have made a comeback.
Yeah.
Turmeric latte was going to, the West wanted to patent
Yes.
turmeric.
Oh my God, that's
right?
a huge dollar.
So that's all about what's going in, what you're consuming, and people have become very aware of what their intake is.
Yeah.
With the concept of on me, it's the skincare industry did it.
Yeah.
80% of what you put on your skin gets absorbed. So be wary of what you're using,
Yeah.
read the labels.
Yeah.
What about around me?
Yeah.
Are you when you think that aromatherapy is such a big thing in the country,
Yeah.
every household is using some form of aromatherapy.
Yeah.
When you pick up that agarbatti,
Yeah.
just for your puja or just to make your house smell good.
That's great. Awesome. So basically, in me, on me, and around me. I love that. I mean, it definitely strikes a chord in terms of how you cherry pick, how you choose in
Yeah.
terms of what you inhale, in terms of what you smell.
Yeah.
Right. That's the
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
Right. What about the formulation thing? How did you learn that?
So it started off by me just creating products on my own. There was so
Yeah.
many resources online. Then I studied, I did number of courses, and I studied and became a certified formulator.
Okay.
So today I can formulate anything in the beauty space, right from all kinds of skincare, hair care products. Then I took it a step further. I became a certified aromatherapist, and then
Okay.
I can formulate anything in the space of aromatherapy as well.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
as a thumb rule, if I cannot formulate it, it's not a part of Nitara's range.
Oh wow.
So that's, how, and I'm the biggest guinea pig. I've suffered so much while growing up with asthma, allergies, and I did not know it was probably the daily things that were being used and burnt at home.
Yeah.
So everything that is a part of Nitara's range has to be soothing. It
Yeah.
cannot make someone's eyes
Artificial.
itch.
Yes.
It cannot make you sneeze.
Yes.
It has to
Oh.
be clean and
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. So, guys, if you're watching this, I mean, you know that we have this in me, on me, and around me, sample, and the whole way to live. It's Art of Living by Nitara. So, I think I would love to dig deeper into it in terms of how it came into picture. I mean, I know when we talked earlier, you had described the overall journey to me. How you quit your job, and then how did your husband quit your job? So, walk me through that once again.
So he's
In short.
So I mean, he's been there through the start. When I decided to quit my job, he saw all the struggles I went through as that budding entrepreneur, and he was there from the start. He's belonged to the financial industry, or all for all his life, 18 years, and he realized that there's this rocket ship that I'm sitting on, and I'm building something,
Yeah.
and it's instead of me looking for a co-founder outside.
Yeah.
Why not have him as the co-founder
Yeah.
and there can be no one else who will have so much heart in the business,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because this is something that we'd both be building
Yeah.
together. So he decided to join,
Okay.
and that was exciting times.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you also explained about his personal journey as well.
Yeah, life can never be easy, and everybody has their share of learnings and lessons.
Yeah.
And so, one very interesting story and a curveball that came our way was when he joined Nitara on the
Yeah.
second day of his joining the company, he was diagnosed with stage 3 Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Oh my God.
And that shattered us,
Yeah.
On one hand, I was wondering, should I be excited?
Yeah.
That I have a co-founder for my baby that I've built. Second, should I be excited that I made my husband quit his job?
Yes.
Or now, should I start stressing about the fact that we have to deal with this together.
yeah.
So that was a crazy curveball, but I think because we had this common goal,
Yeah.
we really were very positive throughout.
Yeah.
And he manifested his way to good health.
Nice.
You know, so and
You guys
Nitara
are
made
powerful manifestors there, right there. I can
has
see
to
through
be,
it.
yeah, has
Yes.
to be.
Very
And
nice.
Nitara helped us so much. I mean, if it wasn't for Nitara, I don't know like how we would have dealt with it.
Amazing.
But it was
So you
amazing
quit
that we
your
had.
job and created Nitara. You let your husband quit the job and then join him with Nitara. And of course, you guys both worked through the cancer
Yeah,
stage 3 as
yeah,
well together. So that is a hell of a journey on its own.
yeah.
Tell me, what does Nitara mean?
Nitara means having deep roots, and it
Okay.
just so happens to have my name in the whole scheme of things.
Tara.
But yeah, it's a beautiful meaning, and
Yes.
it just goes really well with what
Fantastic.
our brand stands for.
Amazing. So you also talk to me about in terms of you are giving employment to few women, and I mean, as opposed to they are doing that regular mopping and jharu pocha, but then
Yeah.
you're giving them employment,
Yeah.
which is giving them more of a wings to fly. They can be
Yeah.
on their feet, they can pay, they can earn, they can do much more than just being a regular maid at someone's house.
Yeah.
Tell me, walk me through that as well.
So it started off when I started Nitara, I needed someone to help me because I couldn't possibly do everything on my own, which I
That's the
tried, by
perfect
the way.
recipe of failure, by the way.
Exactly. I tried to do it and I went crazy. So the first person I hired, she would come to help me at my house.
Okay.
You know, so that's where it started. And I
Ah.
hired her for this, and I realized that
So what did you hire her for?
you know, just helping me with packing the orders
Acha.
and dispatching them, or
Got
helping
it.
me with like creating the orders and just fulfilling them.
Okay, just an odd job. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
help
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Okay.
Just help out. She was
Yes.
my first
Just
employee.
extra regular 2 set of hands.
Yeah, she was
Okay.
my first employee. My mother also helped me a lot, by the way. But, you know, it started off with that. And when we started expanding, I started hiring more and more from their community.
Yeah.
And more and more started coming every day, you know, realizing that there is a nice job opportunity here. There was a mind shift change that I needed to do for them also, because they were so used to going from house to house,
Yeah.
just cleaning and cooking and washing utensils. So
True.
now I had to explain to them
Yeah.
that here is an opportunity to come to an office space.
Yes.
You know, your kids can dream of a better future.
True.
And they did it. It took me a while, but they did it. So I've employed 8 of them
Wow.
from that society and from the EWS society, and they've become role models in their
Wow.
community.
So you have actually let them also quit their jobs.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah.
your official title is job quitter.
I think a better way to put it, Anjali, is I'm a job provider.
You're a job provider
Yeah.
before the job quitter,
Yeah.
after the job quitter, then in a better way,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Having you, your husband, and then now this lady, which
Yeah.
is an awesome thing because, yeah, I mean, they need their individuality. They find that only in doing the household chores, but then they could do much more, which
Exactly.
you let them do,
They're
which
so
is amazing.
smart. I mean, we're
Yes,
skilling
they
them.
are.
They are helping us make products
Yes,
today. So
they
it's just
are.
amazing to have them.
No, that's one thing that I actually comes to my mind is how undervalued the job is for the full-time
Yeah.
homemaker,
Yeah.
right? What they do, what they used to do, the women used to do in the country, India, and anywhere else as well, taking care of the kids, taking care of the house. Now, what that means?
Yeah.
Double click on it: cleaning, cooking,
Yeah.
and taking care of the odd jobs, and also taking care of the kids. How undervalued that job is, but if you give them the wings,
An opportunity.
they're actually very
yeah.
multitasking, like multitask experts.
Yeah.
And women are enterprising by their chip is enterprising. That's by God,
Yeah.
gifted.
Really.
So to leverage that skill set into and giving them respectable employment is huge.
Yes.
So I think that's kudos to you, and
Thank
more
you.
power to you and the whole ecosystem, overall ecosystem that you're creating. That's amazing. So shifting gears a little bit, talk about a little bit in terms of, what do you think is the evolving change of the role of women in Indian society?
I think things are changing drastically. You know, there's always been talk of this divide, but knock on wood, my family has been a family of mostly women. My mother comes from a family of 5 siblings, 4 women, one brother.
Brother.
So I have seen very strong women while growing
Around
up.
you.
I lost my dad when I was very young, so I've seen my mother bring up me and my sister.
That's the same thing. I lost my dad when I was in a kindergarten, and my
Yeah.
mother, she was an attorney and registered in the high court, but then she gave up all of that and just focused on me and my
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Brought us up. I hope we're doing okay as per her. Not bad. So
Yeah.
yeah, so she did this. I had the same story as
Yeah.
well.
So, I mean, the struggles that they go through, the sacrifices that they make, I've seen that growing
Yeah.
up. And I've seen leadership right at my house. And thankfully, even my in-laws side is very female dominated. So for me, I haven't seen that divide personally. I have heard of it, I've seen it outside. But I would like to say that I think it's changing now.
Yes. Okay.
There are amazing women doing amazing things and setting the path, for other women to follow suit. And I think,
And they're getting the support from
yeah,
their
yeah.
in-laws and their direct families too.
Yeah,
Yes,
and I
that's
think,
something which I have also seen.
yeah,
In fact, to the level of taking a bold decision
yeah,
of adopting kids,
yeah,
not having their own kids, which
yeah,
is what I come to you, that you've taken that decision to not have kids,
yeah,
which is a huge step, first of all, personally speaking, and also getting that nod from your in-laws,
yeah.
getting that approval from your own family. How did you go through that?
It was not easy. It's
Yeah.
still not
Not
easy.
easy.
Yeah. So, for the sake of them also watching this, I'm not going to approach that topic because I'll get a earful.
Okay.
But I mean, we're partly there, trying to convince them.
You're partly there,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
It's just a
But
decision
why
that
was the
we've
decision
taken.
there? Like, what made you, like, talking about you and your husband only?
I think, it's just the kind of times that we live in. It's here we're talking about, like I said, in me, on me, around me concept. I mean, look at the air that we are breathing today,
Yeah.
the food that we are eating today. I feel like we need to sort that out as a society before,
We bring new generation into the picture.
that's a personal choice completely.
Yeah.
And I respect everybody else's choices,
Yeah.
but that's just a personal choice that I
Okay. No,
have
I
made.
respect that. It's a huge, I mean, there are two things to it. One is it's a huge choice on its own. Second is to get that acceptance and approval from your
Yeah.
near and dear ones, and of course around you as well,
Yeah.
in the society that you live in. Maybe in the West it might not be difficult, but in the society we live in here, it's
Yeah,
not that easy. So
it's
you've
not.
done that too. So another feather star on your hat, right? It's huge. So very huge, big decisions, good, changes, fighting the cancer,
Yeah.
giving the jobs to the local artisans and making them feel, blessed and powerful.
Yeah.
And of course, taking a decision to have kid-free life, which
Yeah.
is all the three decisions which I've seen is and I've heard from you is amazing.
Yeah.
So that's your fam story. I think
Yeah.
this is amazing to really understand you and your product and bring that to our viewers and to all the aspiring women entrepreneurs and all the women out there, not just the entrepreneurs, because you can make all these bold decisions. I'm calling it bold, but you can just make these decisions.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not bold anymore.
Yeah.
They are being accepted. Thankfully, the society is changing.
Yeah, yeah.
We are creating out here that voice that it's okay. I mean, if it's your personal choice that you can actually be not have kids, you can personally not get married and still be happy. You can still create 5 companies, fail in all 5 companies, and create that 1/6th company that blows it away. Like Jeff Bezos as well says that, you're just working for 5 years continuously, failing in everything, but the 6th year you blow it up.
Yeah.
So consistency is the resilience, and consistency is important.
Yeah.
So we are learning all of this in today's episode, and I just had another podcast with Ruchita from Aspire for Her. We touched base on similar, very aspiring and very inspiring layers and frames of conversations. So while you were creating Nitara, what was your source of education in terms of educating yourself, tools, resources?
So, like I said, reading multiple books,
Okay.
there's so much available, so much information available on Google. There are so many hobby classes that happen, teaching different things,
Yeah.
whether it's soap making, whether it's candle making.
So
There's
it's
so much
mostly
happening.
online, or did you take any course?
Then there was a beauty certification that I
Okay.
did, so that was an online thing as well.
Okay.
So where you get to go through different levels of studying, and formulations and creating different products,
Yeah.
and so that's how I became a certified formulator.
Yeah.
So I think today's day and age has so much
So much to take
resource, right?
advantage of, yeah.
Compared to the time,
Yeah.
Say 2 decades ago, when
Yeah.
there was nothing, the opportunities were less.
Yeah.
It's
We need the souls to grab them and do something with it.
exactly.
But what about the networking or any other groups that you're part of?
So I think networking is great.
Yeah.
There's something that I would really love to do a lot more of.
More.
But building a business and having to be there
Takes
throughout
time.
just takes time, and it doesn't give you enough time to go out there and network.
True.
But yeah, like I mean, there are amazing cohorts and groups, and we met one, the Accelerate cohort, and they
Yes.
were amazing. So
Yeah.
I think networking is something that's great.
It's important.
It's very important.
Even if you're not an entrepreneur, it's important to just
Put yourself out
connect.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, and show up.
Yeah.
And then now we come at the last segment, Tara, to it's just a fun thing. We call it a rapid fire, like for every interview or a podcast. I call it a fem fire, just to have a quick, personal touch in terms of how your personality comes on the picture. So let me just start with one question: is what the favorite book you're reading?
So I'm not such an avid reader, but
Okay.
I'm always reading different formulations, different
Yes.
trends,
Business.
globally, everything related to work. But there's one book that I'm currently reading. It's called The Power of Crystals.
Yes.
And that's a beautiful book that I'm
Nice.
currently going through.
Amazing. What advice would you give to your younger self?
I would say be more assertive.
Yes.
Follow your instincts.
Yes.
Because they're always right. Women are very instinctive.
Instinctive, intuitive.
Very intuitive.
Yes.
Follow that.
Yes.
And be more conscious about health.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Your health is wealth, right?
Yeah.
It's important for everybody. All right. So travel. What would you like? Like international, India, and where?
Love traveling. Thankfully, even my husband loves traveling.
Nice.
So we
That's
just
important.
yeah. So weather India. I mean, it's the mountains to get some fresh air.
Yes.
Or just we just
Beach.
came back from Vietnam, so that was an
Nice.
amazing
That's
place.
great.
The food. I'm a big time foodie, so
Nice.
anywhere that's got good food, I love.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. And then what about what's that one thing that keeps you on, keeps you tick? What's your fire?
I think the ability to create something and put
Uh-huh.
my creativity to good use.
Yeah.
And yeah, just have that creation in my hands and be like, okay, I made this,
Yeah.
and it's going to touch and have an impact on
Yeah.
many lives.
Yeah.
I think that's what keeps me ticking.
Amazing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
something which is the creativity in you,
Yeah,
right? I think you're a
yeah.
creative soul
Yeah.
inside that.
And I need to see it.
And that you need to see it, it's more tangible for you, and
Yeah.
then that is what makes you on, makes you
Yeah.
tick, right?
Yeah,
That's just
definitely.
great. Awesome. So Tara, I would love to understand. You mentioned that your husband joined you, and I know it's your co-founder. Your resonance with your co-founder is a key, right?
Yeah.
In terms of creating success on a daily basis. Now, but when your husband is your co-founder, it becomes, is it too personal? Like, how does the conversation flow starting your 9 o'clock meetings in terms of, did we clean up the dishes? Did the maid come? Do we have this to order food for? Or, how do you turn that into professional conversation? So walk me through that thought.
I think it's a very it naturally flows.
Yeah.
We take work back home also.
Yeah.
Right now we both are working on one goal, to make Nitara that household name.
Yeah.
In the country.
Yeah.
That the #1 aromatherapy brand.
Yeah.
So everything is centered around Nitara. I think we speak less about household issues and
Yeah.
more about Nitara.
Oh, yeah.
And I think many times I get asked this question that how is it that you're working with your husband? You know,
Yeah.
how, I mean, do you ever face any issues like
Yeah,
this
how do
at
you deal with
work?
that? I mean, we all have issues, right? We all
Yeah,
have conversations to grow together, and that comes with the conflict, that
yeah.
comes with the change of opinion or a difference of opinion, I would rather term it as. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Anjali, I think, every relationship,
Yeah.
whether it's personal or professional, should thrive on a few universal points. You
Yeah.
know, what do you want out of a relationship? You want love, you want respect, you want no ego, and you want someone to give you that patient hearing.
Yeah.
And that's something that we've done personally so well that,
Nice.
it's just flowed very naturally into our professional space as well. You know,
Nice.
there are times that we do not agree on certain things, but then because we're following these fundamentals, we actually try and convince each other.
Okay.
And we find
And
that
who wins?
balance. I think it's 50-50.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. I mean, that's the way you articulated, right? The universal values
Yeah.
that you share with him
Yeah.
is the same. I think that's the fulcrum, right? That's a foundation.
Yeah.
And if that is similar, you're lucky to, you're lucky and blessed to have a partner that
Yeah.
have the same values and you resonate with him in the
Yeah.
same way, which is amazing. So I think that flows also in the professional space. When
Yeah.
you walk in, then you kind of, just kind of work it around and you get to the alignment.
And we've segregated our responsibilities also. I mean, there is a reason why, I felt like he should come in as a co founder because he comes with that financial acumen.
Yeah.
And I take care of the creative side of it, the
Yeah, so
product
you have different skill
formulation.
sets coming
Yeah.
together. It's
So
not
we've
like,
divided that.
right.
So that's why it works out well.
Yeah, yeah. Like they say, right? You hire what makes a great team is when you hire a skill set that you don't have,
Yeah.
or you hire a person
Exactly.
that is smarter than you. That
Exactly.
is when you make a team and you
Yeah.
make a great team. If you
Yeah.
hire people who are similar as you,
Then there's
there will be ego issues,
yeah.
there will become competition,
Yeah.
and there will be, that's not a good team.
Yeah.
So that's as they say. So I think you make a good team.
Yeah.
You have different skill sets, you have an understanding,
Yeah.
and your spouses as
Yeah.
well. So
It's the perfect
it's a
yin
perfect
yang
yin yang
combination. Yeah.
combination. So
Yeah.
that's amazing, and that's good to know. I mean, it's very less um, to hear such stories. So that's one of the inspiration that you bring to the table. And many founders out there who are still thinking, sitting on their couch, can I offer my husband a role in my company? I'm sure there are, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or a
Yeah.
male people, can I offer my wife a role in my
Yeah.
company?
Yeah.
Well, here, stay tuned to this conversation. We just talked about what it takes and how can it be worked out and if it can be worked out.
Yeah.
So I think you have the answer, and then rest is on you and your shoulders to figure that out.
Yeah.
Amazing. The other thing I want to cherry pick on is one more thing regarding your growth for the next 5 years. You slightly touched based on it in terms of that you really want to make it a household name.
Yeah.
But what are the efforts in terms of what is EBITDA and what is the current numbers look like?
So 23-24, we closed at 2.5 CR.
CR.
And this financial year, we'll be closing at Touchwood 7.5.
That's great. So
CR.
that's almost 3x growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So what exactly drove that? What did you do?
I think innovation,
Okay.
Education,
Yeah.
and just showing up every day
Yeah.
and having that belief
And
that
having a
you're doing
co-founder as your
something.
husband.
Yeah, yeah.
You're now it's
Yes.
two. So that definitely worked.
Yeah.
That definitely
Yeah.
worked, and showing in the numbers is definitely, it means something is right.
Yeah.
Something is
Yeah.
right. Amazing.
But we're very excited about this year. We're manifesting great things this year. So please stay tuned.
Exactly, yeah.
Really exciting times ahead.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I think I touched base on your personal and professional, and you as a person as well. I really enjoyed knowing you and your SPEM story, and thank you again for sharing your bit with us. This was amazing to learn and also get inspired from your journey. I think I'm personally also very, very inspired in terms of how you have manifested so many things, made some really good decisions, and made some changes too. I think that's really amazing. So I think that is an amazing fem story from Tara Malhotra from Netara. It resonates, right?
Yeah.
It rhymes really well as
Yeah.
if it's just made for you. So I had a great time. I had a great time learning the decisions that you make, learning how you navigated them, and eventually creating this life and a product for yourself. I think it's amazing. Thank you so much
Thank you
for
so
your
much.
time. I know there has been some hiccups to get things in the role, but then I think it's just part of the process
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And this is my regular setup in terms of how I reach out and I research on my founders. I network because I'm also learning and new in
Yeah.
the country after living abroad for so long. So I think this is also an amazing journey for myself as well to
Yeah.
create these beautiful femme stories. So
Yeah.
thank you again, Tara. It
Thank
was
you so
lovely knowing
much
you.
for having me, Anjali.
Absolutely great. Thank you so much. I think this was a very one of the inspiring femme story that I've created, and it's too many bold decisions, too many self-made decisions into one package, which is Tara. And I loved it. This is how I resonated with her, and this is who I am. Somewhere in my soul resonated as well. So maybe there is a resonance in terms of decision making, in terms of living your life on your terms, and creating something beautiful, which we are creating as femme stories as well, which
Yeah.
creates an impact in a
Yeah.
way. Even if one life is being impacted, I think the job is done, and that's what I strive for as well. With that, I would love to thank you, all of you, to watch. Continue watching Femme Stories. Please do write to us. Write your comments, your suggestions, because that's where we thrive on. And give all your love to us. Thank you so much for watching Femme Stories. Bye for now.